You come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-up table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella. John is on assignment tonight, but I got the one and only Spooky here with me. What's up?
I'm so tired.
She's exhausted. But we are going to be talking about Halloween. And what better than to have us do it, because we were married on Halloween 2020 during the big one. I guess we got to figure out what to call it because the algorithm will knock it. What happened in 2020? Whatever happened there. Anyways, so today we're going to talk about kind of a horror movie roundup of everything that's happened this year.
Spoiler, it sucks.
My wife thinks this year sucked when it came to horror movies.
Year of horror.
And now, why do you think it was one of the worst years of horror, though?
I have wanted my money back at least. Okay, we go to the movies like almost every weekend, and I normally pay for said movie tickets. I would say at least 3 times out of the month, I want my money back.
Okay. Now, what was a movie that you felt was just kind of a sin to you?
Conjuring.
All right, let's talk about that. So I'm not sure if anybody has talked about Conjuring. So for those that haven't seen, Conjuring 4 is kind of not the penultimate. That would be the third one. It's the ultimate.
Last.
It's the last one.
Yeah.
And in this one, they're like, the one thing about the series, they always jump 10 years in every series. 60.
So loud.
I know. Sorry, I'll talk lower.
At a normal volume.
They start at 60s, 70s, 80s. So now we're kind of in the 90s. You know, Ed has already had his heart attack. They're over the hill. They're just doing their lectures, and no one really cares. It's not like how in the first movie everything was huge. And oh god, Gizzy in the background. Gizzy, stop. Kids, stop. Gizzy, we apologize. There was a humping dog in the background. Gizzy is what we like to call a little slut when he's home.
Yeah, this video is getting taken down.
Yeah, we're getting taken down for animal stuff now. All right, anyways. So Conjuring 4 starts off. They are pretty much semi-retired, all the way retired, until a family in Pittsburgh is experiencing spookiness, like every movie. In this case, it's a mirror, which you did not like the mirror aspect of this movie. Let's talk about that.
If I wanted a haunted mirror, I would watch Oculus or... I don't know. I wouldn't put. I'm sorry. A rotating mirror isn't scary.
Now, why was it not scary? Like, what? So, what did Oculus do that made it scary, and where did Conjuring fail?
Conjuring didn't have the possessions in Oculus. You saw it start out small, and then it got worse and worse and worse with the dad imprisoning the mother. There was like. There was a reasoning behind it. Like, it was well written and well thought out.
Yeah.
They literally just said, oh, we don't want to be fucking scary.
Yeah.
Here's 20 minutes of just dumping about Judy. Throw in some little makeshift powers that they decided to add in, like 3.
What makeshift powers?
Makeshift powers for Judy.
She kind of had them a little bit ago.
Not until Annabelle comes home.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, they kind of insinuated a little early on.
No, they did not.
Did they not?
They did not.
That's bad writing.
They neglected her all the other movies. So how could you neglect her and then all of a sudden, I'm such a caring parent. This is how you deal with being clairvoyant? Is that what the fuck it is?
Clairvoyant, yeah.
Clairvoyant.
Yeah. Which, I mean, look, all honesty, and I think that suffers from the writing, because, I mean, the Conjuring universe is it's not like how, like, the MC universe had a Bible. And a writing Bible, what I mean by that is, like, when they start building universes, they, like, write down all the characters, kind of all the rules to the universes, and they follow that for the consistency purposes. This one kind of came out of a fluke of, I mean, The Conjuring was an independent film. Well, I don't think they went into this going like, oh, we're going to make a world.
You can't make a character Bible based off of real people who just pretty much scammed for a living.
Now, let me talk about that. So you think they're full-on scammers?
Yeah, I don't think they're good people.
You don't think the Warrens were great people?
No, I do not.
Like, what was something you've read that you were like, something salacious? You were like, oh shit, that is not a good person.
Didn't Ed sleep with teenagers and Lorraine knew about it?
Holy shit, I did not know about that.
No, it was like
Holy shit!
Wait,
You just admit you just said
wait. No,
Ed just
this
went to
like-
the Ed's in the e-files. Jesus Christ!
No, it was like right after Ed died, or not Ed.
What,
Lorraine.
she- Oh, okay.
Wait, Ed. Warren.
They like to say during the fucking eulogy, they made a joke. You're like, well, we all know how much Ed loved teenagers.
No, because I think Lorraine was able to protect her legacy, but the real life Judy is apparently money hungry.
So she's like, my dad slept with teen.
I think, or her husband. There's something fucked up with that entire family.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you did ghost hunting for what, over 50 years? I mean, I think it's gonna tear a bit into the family a little bit. But I mean, okay, so that movie was a letdown, and that sucked because that was kind of a tentpole for Warner Brothers, essentially.
Yeah.
But let's talk about another movie
Yep, confirmed.
Oh God.
He slept with a 15-year-old.
Jesus Christ.
Her name was also Judy.
Oh, that doesn't make it any better.
That doesn't make it better.
That makes it worse. I don't know how that might be the worst detail of that, but it makes what was already horrible way worse.
Yeah, you and John talked about it on this podcast.
I do not remember any episode where we talked about it.
We were in like the old apartment.
Yeah, I have like
and
Alzheimer's.
You said it, and then I walked in, and you were like, "Huh? Did you know this?" Like, there was a full blown discussion.
I have early set Alzheimer's.
You're
I don't
a
remember that
dumbass.
at all. Yeah. All right. So Conjuring didn't slap. That one. If I would rate it as a 6.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Well, you were
0
invested
out of
more
10.
into it. Well, okay. Weapons. What about weapons?
Wait,
weapons.
hold on. One more thing about Conjuring.
Okay.
If you think whoever decided to make the haunted mirror itself is not what I had a problem with. What I had a problem with was a fucking rotating mirror, and then a rotating mirror, and then seeing like a possessed Warren family in the mirror. That's not scary. That is fucking stupid. Okay, move on to weapons.
Okay, so Warner Brothers had some success. Otherwise, Weapons, which is now getting a spin-off series apparently.
It's gonna suck.
Which I mean, I'm kind of not wanting the spin-off series. I don't really kind of care. And only because I'm like, I just kind of like the mystique of. So what that movie's about is that, what was it, 2:17 p.m. A bunch of kids just disappeared.
Ran out of their houses. It was an entire classroom of kids.
And then everybody's pointing to the teacher saying she was responsible for it. And then we come to know, spoiler alert, that the only child who was not kidnapped, quote unquote, was in fact housing those other kids in his basement because he has a crazy aunt who came to town who's apparently a witch. And it's kind of very what is it, Hansel and Gretel kind of witch. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like it very folksy, very kind of like folk tale, fairy tale-ish kind of thing. Like, it's
not horror.
Well, that's where a lot of people debated, and actually that was debated upon yesterday on Threads. I was actually looking at it.
Yeah, because I don't count it. I don't count it with like this 2025 of horror.
Well, and I think it's hard. I think what made everybody go more into the horror element of it is that you had a witch, and I think once a witch comes into it, people automatically go, "Well, it's horror." And but there are probably a lot of great things that have monsters in it that aren't technically horror.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm also not super crazy about the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I like the storytelling aspect of it. I thought the kind of had that Pulp Fiction kind of all over the place, but in different POVs rather than different segments.
That's why I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I don't know. Here's the thing. Once again, the marketing for Weapons made it sound like it was going to be this terrifying horror movie. And the marketing was creepy. The promos are very creepy.
Yeah.
It was good fucking promos. The way that the promos were for Weapons mirrored the promos for Longlegs. And Longlegs, it's the same situation. It's really not a horror movie.
Well, let me ask you this. And well, I could argue Longlegs is more of a horror movie in any case.
It's more of a horror movie than Weapons.
Yeah. But
when you look at it plot wise, that's not like.
Well, okay, let's go into with Weapons. This is an interesting thing I want to bring up. You saw most of the trailers. I didn't see any of the trailers, and I enjoyed the movie a lot more. Do you feel that watching the trailers are setting up false expectations and therefore creating hype that isn't necessarily there?
So the teasers for Weapons, I think the teasers made me think it was more of a horror movie than the actual trailer. The teasers were all of the CCTV of the kids running down the
Naruto
street.
run, yes.
Yeah. So you thought these kids were being chased, they were running from something.
Which I did. I saw a clip of that. I did think they were chased.
So you see that, and then you actually sit down to watch the movie, like.
And then the thing is less scarier than what they teased.
I
get that.
It's not scary at all.
And I get that. I can see why that is frustrating for the movie Weapons, because I mean, I think that's been a big issue with horror movies in the last calendar year, is that directors need to start letting their work do the talking, and teasers and trailers need to give less away, but also be realistic in what they're actually going to do. Because I think that's sometimes the false expectations of what the movie's going to do and then what it actually is pisses audiences off.
Same thing with 28 Years Later.
And I can understand that, because I think 28 years later, everybody remembered the first two zombie movies that came from there and how they were very savage and very heartbreaking, very just balls to the wall. And in this one, there wasn't a lot of that. It was a coming of age story, which, I mean, I did enjoy that, but
I want zombies.
You want zombies, you know? And I think that's the hard part when it comes to the trailer didn't kind of insinuate a coming to age movie.
Yeah, I think movies have sucked since like 2022 or 2023.
Now let's dig into that. Why do you think they suck?
They're just not good.
Do you think that it's because creativity by committee? Like people are, it feels like the studios are like, I want a movie that does X, Y, and Z, 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 go write it.
I think it's bad writing, bad directing, studio interference. I don't know. It's just.
And because the reason why I say this is because, okay, well, this is not related to horror. This is actually an interesting thing. You know the guy who did Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan?
Sure.
All right. Well, he's done. He pretty much put Paramount Plus on the map. Okay. He's pretty much their Ryan Murphy, but actually good at what he does. Okay. Now he's actually jumping ship to NBC, and one of the reasons why is because they asked him to do something political, and most of his works, while are apolitical. Like you could watch a show and there's characters that are super conservative, super liberal, super progressive, and there's a mix of both, but the show never takes a stand on one aspect. They wanted him to take a stand in one of the shows, and he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But my point is, it's like, it's these people are coming out to the creative saying like, hey, we want this for our streaming service. We want this product here. Go make it. And I think that jams it up, because now you're asking for creatives to create something that was coalesced by committee versus by muse and inspiration. Because when you look at Get Out was a script that was denied left and right across Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody was like, oh, Jordan Peele, the sketch comedy guy?
Yeah.
He wants to make a horror movie? No, he ain't doing that. If he wants to make a comedy, we'll make a comedy with him. And then finally he got a yes, and then look what happened. He got Oscar, he's an Oscar winner for Best Horror Script.
Yeah.
Best script in general. Because he got that one yes he needed. And it didn't come from committee of creatives. It came from inspiration, muse, his actual fears of what is out there.
But you also have out of touch people writing the scripts.
Talk to me about that. What do you mean by out of touch?
Shyamalan. Is that how you say it?
Shyamalan, yeah.
He's out of touch. There was a movie we just saw that we said the person was out of touch.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Like, there's this thing now that I noticed in horror movies is that some of these rich writers and rich directors, and we don't mean to sound all like, oh, billionaires this, billionaires that. We're not trying to sound like that. But the problem is,
fuck that, eat the rich. Keep going.
Okay. Anyways, what my point is that you're right. They don't know how to talk. Like we were watching Old, right? And the dialogue was so bad. Like we were really like, bad. Nobody talks like this. No normal human. Like the sentences felt really like if you ask ChatGPT to be like, how does a person from Pittsburgh talk?
Yeah.
And then you wrote it off that dialogue. And then it's like, no, nobody ever talks like that. Nobody ever, like, you don't say, hey, you're going to do this. They go, hey, you are going, like they say the R in a very uncomfortable way. Like, I'm like, you just say you're going to do it. Yar can do it, right? Yar, that's what someone did. Yar.
Yeah.
I was like, why did the director not cut when the guy did Yar? Like that was like, it was just so weird. But what other movies have we checked out?
That's what I'm. For anybody wondering, all of our movie theater tickets go to a text thread.
Oh yeah, so she's going through our text thread of all our movie going tickets, stuff like that. But anyways,
Wait, okay. So the first movie we saw of 2025,
oh,
Wolfman, which that was good.
That was good. Wolfman was good because we like Lee Wannell. He's very creative with the camera. He actually,
Yeah.
that's another guy that's really good. And he's one of the reasons why the Invisible Man movie got made.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we can't crack the code on the Invisible Man. And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, just make him a bad guy. Which is so funny that the studio couldn't figure that out.
It's Blumhouse. What the fuck do you expect?
I know. But like, yeah, it's just he created it, but he didn't just create an Invisible Man that was fearful because he's invisible. They created an Invisible Man that was fearful because he was a metaphor for something greater and bigger. This domestic violence and how
Yeah.
it's always there, even when the guy's gone. It's this mood, this vibe, this atmosphere, and it was a great metaphor. And
Yeah.
with Wolfman, it was more about, what would you say, like contagion, kind of lost control. I mean, Lee Wannell's
wouldn't
always
say-
did. Yeah,
I wouldn't say Contagion. 'cause that-
Contagion's bad. Don't no.
No, that was stupid. So tired.
Yeah.
No, his stuff is always about a loss of agency, which I do like.
I do like loss of agency.
I wish the wife was fleshed out a little bit more. I don't know.
I felt like this movie was a little bit more undercooked.
It was. I think
This-
they rushed it.
I think they rushed it too.
Because
Like,
Invisible Man was like super good, but I don't know if you can ever top Invisible Man. But Blumhouse, they rushed to release shit. So I feel like they rushed it.
Wolfman, there was a part of me that kind of felt like this. There was a touch of dementia in it. The idea, like the guy is still cognitive of what's going on around him, but he couldn't do anything because his wolf instincts were doing stuff instead.
Okay, you don't have a relative with dementia. They're really not cognitive.
No, not like cognitive, like they're physically cognitive right now, but
Uh-huh.
like there's always that theory of like, you know, like how people say like, oh, if in a coma they can hear you even though they're out cold, kind of deal.
That's different than dementia.
It's different from
That
dementia.
is way different.
Okay, sorry, I misspoke then. Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to say. Loss of agency. Like, there's a piece of him inside that can't talk, can't speak,
Yeah.
can't get them to understand them.
Yeah.
There was a loss of connection, loss of communication.
Well, he also wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
He didn't have control over his thoughts.
Well, I don't think he had control over his thoughts, but like there was a part of him that was kind of like a passenger to it all. Like he wasn't the one at the driver's seat.
Maybe I need to rewatch it.
Like there were scenes where he's like standing there trying to say the thing he wants to say, but then it's coming out as a wolf character. Like, and it's like, it makes no sense to them, but it actually makes sense to us as the audience because it gives that POV. Okay, so with that one, how would you rate that?
5.
5? Okay, fair enough. So what's the next one you have on your list?
Sinners, which I feel like you guys have talked about a lot.
Yeah, well, Sinners was clearly a really, really
Sinners was like the only good original horror movie this year.
which starred an amazing cast, including the costumes for the Blade movie in Disney. Because if you don't know the backstory about that, Disney was going to do a period piece for the new Blade movie, and they had all the costume pieces created and made and everything. And then what happened was they decided to nix the whole idea of doing a period piece. So they had all these costumes, and then Ryan Coogler was like, "I'll take them for my movie." And
Yeah.
which is it's the closest we've ever gotten to a Blade movie. It's so long. Like we didn't get it was Blade adjacent just because of the costuming. But no, that was a good movie. That was that's one I want to watch again.
Yeah.
Just because like it's very allegorical.
It is. It's just it dragged a little bit.
It does drag a little bit, but I think because we know the beats now, it'll be better.
We say this about every movie. Some movies just fucking drag.
I have hope. I have faith.
Sometimes they just are too long and need cut.
Now, here's what I think. I think the beginning. I think the first act was a little too long.
Yeah.
I think get us to the barn a little bit faster.
You're also just a Coogler simp, so.
I love Ryan Coogler. I think I like Ryan Coogler because he's really good at painting a world.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
really, I mean, look at Black Panther. Like,
Yeah.
like it is a beautifully rich world. And then when he took the Creed films, like he took a movie franchise that was completed. There was nothing more to do.
Mhm.
And then he found 3 more movies out of there. Solid movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's super rare. And I think he's just a damn good writer. So, I mean, do I excuse him maybe at sometimes where he gets a little bit long in the tooth? Yeah, I do. I'll admit that. Simp. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Simp it is. Okay, so let's talk about some other movies that came out this year. I know one we went to was a surprise film. It was Home with Pete Davidson.
Home was good.
I think Home was your favorite movie of this year, honest to God.
Ah,
That's the only one you ever talk about with any joy. With any joy. You don't have any buts or ifs. Well, however, no.
I like Strange Harvest. It just scared the shit
Strange
out of
Harvest
me.
is great, which we'll talk about that in a second. Home, for those that don't know, it's the Pete Davidson horror movie where he's a kid that's in trouble with the law. Well, I shouldn't say kid, but
He's not a kid.
he always feels like a kid. I mean, like
Yeah, but
it's because of the Chad character. We see
Yeah.
Chad. But anyways, he's kind of he's a guy in his mid-20s, early 30s. He gets in trouble with the law. He gets kind of a break from the judge. He's got to volunteer, but also kind of quasi live in this nursing home as
Yep.
the maintenance guy.
Yep.
And there's some shit that goes down that's kind of
it's very cathartic.
it's very cathartic. I actually don't want to reveal too much about
No.
this movie because it's actually really good.
This is what I will say. If you are a sane person who does not like what's going on in our country, you will like this movie. If you like to wear a red hat,
Jesus.
you will not like this movie.
You won't like this movie.
You will not like this movie, and also you're fucking stupid.
Yes. Yeah,
It's been
as my
about-
wife said. As my wife said. Sorry, it's been a crazy year.
It's been a really shitty year,
It's
so
been-
fight me. Don't care.
Anyways, yeah, she's right. If anybody who wears a red hat, they're not gonna
You're not
like
gonna
Home.
like
Home
it.
is not your movie.
But
It is very metaphoric.
if you're very frustrated for what's going on in our country, this movie will make you feel seen.
It will.
And
Yes.
It is very good. I will say it is gross towards the end to the point where I think both of us looked away.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So don't eat during it, but it's a solid movie.
But that's not the only movie that took place in a nursing home this year we saw.
What was the other one?
Who Rules?
Oh, was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year. Jenny Penn.
Are you sure?
I'm 1,000% sure it's
Ah.
Jenny Penn. So look it up. I could be wrong. I'm 1,000%. So the rule of Jenny Penn is
Which
just
was also a huge disappointment.
it's
Continue.
it's kind of funny because Lithgow
So
plays this
bad.
crazy guy with a puppet, and he's like kind of the big. He's kind of like the big dog of the retirement home.
Yeah.
He's the guy when you go to prison, you have to try to knock him out so then everybody doesn't mess with you.
No,
Yeah.
it's 2024.
Oh, it was?
Party night.
No, it came out a year. No, because it has a year early. Look at the release date. That one took a year to get released. Remember, you were like going ape.
Yeah, and then it sucked.
Yeah, I know.
Also,
And-
rule of thumb: if Stephen King says a movie is amazing and it's horrifying and it's great, it's not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But no, he would do this thing with a puppet where he would like sneak up on somebody while they're like in the middle of their sleep paralysis. And like he'll just go right up to their face and goes, "Whose rules?" And then you have to say Jenny Penn's rules. And then he would lift up the skirt on the puppet and go, "Now lick its asshole." Which is the creepiest thing ever, John Lithgow doing. Which, if you've seen Dexter season 4, this is right up there in creepiness for Lithgow.
But just watch Dexter. Don't watch this movie.
Yeah, just watch. Lithgow's way better in Dexter. I will say that. So, but okay, so that was a movie that took place at a nursing home,
Which sucked.
which sucked. But Home is good, so Home is a good one. Let's think of another. So another one I'm looking at right now is it's a book that I read, Clowns in the Cornfield.
It was disappointing.
I will admit the movie was.
The
I
book
feel
was
like the
better.
movie played it safe. I feel like the movie played it super safe. Like, there's nothing I hated about the movie, but I felt like it was was limited in what it was wanting to do.
It was limited, and also indie books never get a fair shot when it comes to movie adaptations.
Yeah.
I really can't. I'm looking at my bookshelf. I can't.
Yeah. I would say, okay, so Quantum of the Cornfield, it's on Shudder. If you don't know what that is, it's about a girl. She moves into this kind of Midwest area, middle of nowhere, rundown factory where the mascot's a clown, and it was like the biggest moneymaker of the town. This clown that was the mascot for syrup, pretty much.
Yep.
And basically, long story short, it's clowns in the cornfield. They got chainsaws. Sorry, I'm like about to hit you. I'm so sorry.
You are about to hit me.
And they're just coming after people and murdering everybody. That's essentially what the movie is.
Just read the book. There's 4 of them.
3 of them right now.
3 of them. The 4th one. Oh, that's why he sent the 4th one in for edits.
The books are great. The first 2 are slashers. The 3rd book is not a slasher. The 3rd book is a departure from its genre, which is so cool. It's a really cool departure. And usually I hate that fucking shit, but this I was like,
which is why you need to read My Heart is a Chainsaw.
I've been trying to read it.
It's so good.
I know. It's just that narrator is so all over the place.
No, you're just fucking stupid.
Well, anyways,
if anybody wants to start a horror book club, I'm down because he barely reads and I have no friends.
That's fair. Dexter's one of Lex Gal's greatest roles, which is saying something because he's had a bunch of amazing performances. Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Didn't he? I think he won a Oscar for playing a transgender character in A World According to Garp.
I have no idea what that is.
That's an old ass Robin Williams movie. That if I remember correctly, I think he got an Oscar for that actually. But it's like it was at the time it was an important role because it wasn't one that made the person a prostitute or a criminal or something. They made an actual human being who's sympathetic, who's a real person versus, Dressed to Kill and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like how back then it was very expletive.
Yeah.
So this one was kind of like, no, this is just be a real character.
Yeah.
But Clowns in the Cornfield, like I said, I think it's an okay movie. I think it's a great movie to turn on at midnight when you want to fuck around and drink and have a slice of pizza before you go to bed. I don't think it's anything to write home about.
No.
I'm hoping the sequel will blow it out of the water, which the sequel book is the best book, in my opinion. The second book is the best.
I don't want them to keep making the movies. Just keep it as books.
I agree. I'm going to agree on that. But anyways, so
if you do read the books, do not buy them on Amazon. Buy them from an actual bookstore, because Amazon fucks over indie authors.
There you have it.
Continue
right here. But okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. So, what was another movie that this year you felt was? Well, I think we've been talking about a lot of disappointments. Was there any that you felt like Home kind of blew you away? Oh God, this year was not a good year.
Not a good year
for you at horror movies.
No, it was also like the worst year of my life, so nothing really helped.
Okay, so let me look up some amazing horror movies on my phone, and we're going to fix this.
Oh, Final Destination.
I like that movie. She was mad. I liked it.
Here's my thing: when you start going against the lore of like the original 5. That's when I have a problem.
Now here's my question. How did this one go against the original lore?
Because it was like that timeline and everybody from the fucking Space Needle or whatever the fuck that was supposed to be, it was in order for killing them. But then in the book that the grandma before she died, it like said some stuff about like the previous movies, but she was making it sound like all the previous movies happened because their relatives were in the Space Needle and that's why they died and not the whole tragic event thing.
Well, not all their relatives were in the Space Needle.
But they were hinting that most of it was. And
what they were hinting at. So here's what they were hinting at. I actually looked this up because you and I had this conversation. Okay, so I'm going to kind of draw this out so maybe everybody else. So let's just say only this circle. You can't see it. This circle represents the body of people
Mhm.
that were in the Space Needle. So they impacted people, 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 and they impacted people, and they impacted people. So they basically, because they changed the course of so many people's lives, so it spider branched out so badly. So death had to start here at the small branches, those small little circles, and prune them back. Think about like remember in
It's too convoluted. Just have a
Well,
fucking tragic event. They escape the tragic event and they get picked off one by one.
yeah,
Why complicate it? We're not seeing Final Destination for the plot.
and that's true.
Nobody's seeing it for the fucking plot. I don't even watch it for the plot. And as somebody who hates Terrifier for that specific reason, with Final Destination, you're just looking to see some gnarly kills and good tension.
And I will admit that is the case. That is
So-
the case.
Don't overcomplicate. Hi, Gizmo. Don't overcomplicate it, and don't. I don't know. Just keep it fucking simple.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these movies suck. They try to do these big, grand plots. The editing sucks, the writing sucks, and it sucks.
And that is true. I think most of the time when you see like a really well thought out plot come to fruition on screen, it's because most of the time the director, the editor, and the writer are usually the same people.
Yep.
Or the editor and the director have worked with each other numerous times. Did you ever see what Tarantino does with his editor? So anytime someone dies on screen on the camera, they fake dead for a couple minutes, and then they wake up and go, "Hi, Sally." And Sally's the person that edits all the films.
Okay.
So there's like all these blooper reels where they're saying hi to her all the time.
That's funny.
Yeah. But anyways, no, I could get that. All right. So let's look at a couple other ones.
Rosario was boring.
Rosario was boring. I don't even remember Rosario. I gave up on that. I don't think we got through it.
No, because you fell asleep.
I did. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Strangers, which right now this is kind of like a weird trilogy that seems like
But-
nobody wants right now.
We didn't see Strangers Part 2, though.
I heard it's really bad. There's a pig chase. Someone said there's like 10-minute pig chase where they get like a wild hog that gets her scent and then starts chasing her through the woods.
Okay, I have a plea for the horror filmmakers.
Just don't use pigs.
Don't use pigs. And enough with the whole, I sound like such an old person. Enough with like the horror movies that try to appeal to everybody on TikTok. Because I think that's also the thing. They're making horror movies for people with short attention spans, and that's why they suck.
That is true. Now, also, let's talk about a movie that was something we also anticipated. Bring Her Back.
Yes, the not feel good.
The feel bad movie of the year.
Feel bad movie of the year. That one was good. Okay, I put Home, Bring Her Back, and Strange Harvest. Those are the only three that I will willingly
Ooh, I forgot. Let's
rewatch.
talk Strange Harvest real quickly. Let's talk about that one real
Okay.
fast. That one is a slept-on diamond this year
Yeah.
that nobody's talking about, and I understand because it only was one weekend. It was in theaters.
It was one weekend, and there was only one movie theater around us playing it. So, Strange Harvest is a mockumentary about a serial killer. It is very fucked up. It is very scary to the point where, and here's the thing: me and Jesse, we're not easily like creeped out.
No.
There was maybe 5 of us in the movie theater, including me and him. 2 people left, and then the person behind us stayed and watched the movie. Every time this person reclined their chair, ate their popcorn, touched like whatever fucking candy bag that they had, we were like jumping and looking behind us.
Yeah.
That is how it is truly creepy. It gets under your skin, and it really feels like it's like an actual like true crime documentary that you watch on Netflix or HBO, except it'll fuck with you
I had to look up. I had to like remind myself
that it wasn't real.
that it wasn't real.
'Cause
Like,
it really was well done.
because like none of the actors are names. None of the
None.
actors are names. And the way it's shot, the way it's filmed exactly like a true crime doc.
Yeah.
And the crime and the nature of it and the grittiness and the found footage. Like the found footage didn't look like how like we watch a found footage film and the film's like so fucking polished. You're like,
Yeah.
no camera has this quality.
Yeah.
This one was like, it was dirty, it was gritty. Like, you remember the scene with the convenience store guy, and he goes like, he looks outside, and then he comes out. Like, it's not a polished image.
It's not.
But it's disturbing. It is, and it's like you don't see anything.
No.
You really don't see anything.
I will say though, it is graphic because they do show the dead bodies.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And it's not like how true crime where they block it out. They don't block anything, so you see it's graphic. It's good, but it's graphic.
It is graphic in that sense. I mean, graphic more as in like you're seeing the bodies after the fact, not during, but
the way you see the way that they're positioned. The killer uses blood to paint symbols on shit. It's good.
It's very Zodiac Killer meets God. It's
really like
it's very ritualistic, but it's very like occult. Like, it's a lot of everything. Like,
it's a mix of Zodiac Killer, BTK. The movie feels like it's a fucked up episode of Mindhunter.
Yeah,
that is the best way I can describe it.
Like, again, like I said, there were times like the crimes, the just watch it. Just watch, and if you do watch it at home, black out your house.
Don't do it.
No. Really, if you really want the experience of this movie, black out your house. Like, that's the only way you watch Strange Harvest, because it will scare the living shit out of you. She couldn't go outside. She'd take our dogs to the bathroom while I was on the road doing comedy. She was freaking out, and I was freaking out too because I was on the road by myself going, "Oh fuck." Yeah, we were both freaking out for the next few days. And again, we knew it was fiction. We knew it was fake. We knew it was fictional characters. But like, it's just that movie, what it was is it was atmosphere, it was tense writing, it was committed actors.
Very good actors.
Very good actors. A director that knew what worked, what didn't work. It was one of those movies where too much of it would have felt fake and not enough of it would have looked real.
This is when every single aspect of the movie came together, especially editing wise. Like, it was very well edited.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't even a polished production. It was. No. It looked like, you know what it kind of looked like. You remember like old TV show? Remember like the old like A&E crime docs that were on cable TV, like the first 48 or kind of like that.
See, I wasn't allowed to watch.
Like, it looked really gritty. It kind of looked like we don't give a fuck that we're not wide appealed. This is what happened. Deal with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a good one too. So I like that one. But yeah, okay, so let's talk about another one that was kind of divisive, but I enjoyed it, actually.
What, him? It's okay.
I liked it because so that movie's about this guy who's considered to be the next GOAT in football, and he's gonna go and in order to be signed to this pro team, he's going to train under the tutelage of the quarterback that's considered the GOAT right now, who has, like, I think they exaggerate, like 15 seasons, like 6, 7 Super Bowls back to back.
Something super unattainable.
So yeah,
not realistic.
Which is the goal. That's the whole point of it not being realistic, because, well, that's part of the story. And Marlon Wayans plays probably one of the best villain performances in a horror movie this year. Like, he's just kind of unhinged, very crazy. He just looks like
the Strange Harvest dude was the best horror villain of the year.
What I mean, like, one with a personality, one that was actually appearing on screen most of the time.
The Strange Harvest. Okay, never mind.
Okay. The Strange Harvest thing. Okay, let me put this.
Villain.
Okay,
best villain.
Jason DeFreddy.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to compare the two, but Jason DeFreddy. That's the best way I could say it. You know, Marlon Wayans was more the Freddy, you know, talkative and all stuff, while the Strange Harvest guy was quiet and silent and violent. Yeah. But yeah, the movie culminates in the idea that the GOAT, becoming the GOAT in football, is a sacrificial thing that needs to be done, which is kind of cool because you sacrifice goats. But also in that case, you have to sacrifice the actual GOAT in order to become the new GOAT, which I thought, predictable still, yeah. But you and I came from a football school, man.
We did. I think
and like it was treated like that. It was very football was very, and it was ironic because we went to a Catholic school, so
yeah.
seeing how religious football was treated in a Catholic school.
It was gross.
So like I felt like this movie and how home was cathartic for you
Yeah.
was cathartic for me seeing that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay. Like I will admit the star of the movie, you could have replaced him with a sock and the movie would have happened the exact same way.
Yeah, I think my issue, because it's the same issue I have with Shelby Oaks, having that like stamp of approval from Jordan Peele, I was expecting more of a Jordan Peele type movie.
And I'm kind of getting scared that some of these people that are giving the appeal, they're the new Wes Craven Presents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like, have you ever seen a movie like Wes Craven did this? Wes Craven presents it.
Nope.
You're like, ah,
That's it. I think that's
fuck.
That's why I'm so disappointed in Shelby Oaks, because I love Mike Flanagan. I am a Flanagan simp. That guy
Yeah.
could release a video of Kate Siegel thank you, Sydney. Of Kate Siegel grocery shopping, just like walking down the aisles. I would watch it and probably love it.
And then you'd be like, what does she mean when she picks up that fruit?
Exactly.
like, why she use 3 fingers instead of 2?
But it was the same thing with Shelby Oaks. It really wasn't
Somebody ruined Shelby Oaks for me today, actually.
good.
You know what they said?
What?
It was basically Blair Witch Project if the girl at the end was kidnapped and somebody was looking for her.
Yep.
Which I was like, fuck.
I'm surprised you even like it.
I enjoyed Shelby Oaks because it did a couple, like, sometimes a horror movie will do a few techniques that will win me over entirely. Like, for example, the beginning of the movie, predominantly, I think like about maybe 10 minutes, is found footage. And then it
was a mockumentary with found footage.
Yeah, mockumentary. But then they jerk it over into
a real
movie. And usually that's not done well. Like I would say Next of Kin, Paranormal Activity did it horrible. There was one point in that middle of the movie, which was found footage, and it establishes a found footage film, where all of a sudden they break it, and then it's not found footage for a little bit.
See, that part didn't bother me, though.
Oh, it bothered me so much.
It bothered me more in Shelby Oaks.
Well, in Shelby Oaks, it didn't bother me because the gunshot to the head was such a good way to to snap you out of that.
Yeah, I just think that movie, man, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was written well.
I will say it didn't make my top 5 this year.
And I think because Mike Flanagan produced it,
I may have never seen it.
I wouldn't have seen it if Flanagan produced it.
Yeah, I think I appreciate that he's giving people shots and stuff like that,
which is good. But just give us a horror movie next October, please.
Carrie,
or a TV
who's
show.
Who's gonna play the principal in Carrie that he's doing right now?
Who?
Matthew Lillard.
Wait, they're changing it?
Matthew Lillard's the principal.
Talking about the book. Never mind.
Yeah.
The principal's a woman in the book.
Oh, maybe it's superintendent. I
don't know.
He's doing some cool shit. He's earned it. He totally did. He totally retold the story of Haunting of Hill House so differently that I have no interest in seeing the original movie, which is faithful to the book.
The book isn't even that good.
Yeah. So all right. So Shelby Oaks. Yeah.
The biggest disappointment of the year that I was looking forward to this entire time.
What was the Halloween end of this year?
Hell House.
Ouch! Yeah.
3, 4, whatever the fuck.
So Hell House 1 through 4, those are phenomenal films.
Watch them. Don't watch the new one.
That was a movie where they were like, "That's so crazy." We were talking about breaking found footage, and then that one being a found footage film from start to finish. The 5th movie decides not to be a found footage, which didn't bother us.
No, the fact that it wasn't found footage was a nice take.
Yeah,
because sometimes with found footage, you miss a lot of details. With Hell House in particular, it is so easy to miss. Why are you messing with the desk?
Just to lower it a little bit.
Okay. So with Hell House, it is so easy to miss things. especially like the first two movies, you miss a lot of shit if you're not paying attention.
And I remember, and that's so true, because I remember not liking the third movie, and then I realized I'm a fucking idiot because I was like, no, the third movie is clearly great.
It's so good.
It's just that sometimes you are looking, there's so much substance beyond the scares.
Yeah.
That when you see them, when you watch it through again, you see those things, you're like, oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, and then you understand the lore better. Which that's, I think, what bothered us about the fifth movie is that 1, 2, 3, and 4, the lore was pretty much set.
And it made sense.
It made sense. It wasn't convoluted.
And
I mean, it could get convoluted, but because it was so damn enjoyable. It's kind of like Pokemon. The fact that there's like over 1,000 of them. Yeah. I gave up after 150 when I was a kid. But it's a success. It works. It's great. It's fantastic. It's a fun, convoluted thing. But the fifth one was just not fun because it unraveled everything you thought you knew. But it's frustrating because you're like, but I kind of like that.
They were trying. The thing is, they tried to do too much in that movie. They were trying to. I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. So Hell House 1, 2, and 3, it's its own storyline with its own trilogy. Hell House 4 takes place at a different location. It still connects to the first 3 movies, but it's a little bit different. What 5 was trying to do was to bridge the gap between 4 and the other 3, but they were not doing it in a way that made sense.
No, not at all. And that, but I think what the frustrating part was, they were also saying like, this is gonna be the final movie,
and it wasn't. It ends on a giant cliffhanger. It was so fucking frustrating.
And it wasn't like a good cliffhanger where it's kind of like how Usual Suspects ends with the bad guy getting away, kind of cliffhanger.
And it wasn't even like a good cliffhanger, like for season 4 of Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was like, it was like.
It was like, who could this person be? And they start panning up and then they cut it. It just wasn't good.
Yeah, and I think the worst part was, and I kind of joked about this later, and I never told you I joked about this. I felt like they brought the actual clown in there to scare you, to make up for the movie a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they actually had the clown, which is a scary-ass fucking clown. But, like, in the movie, there's this clown that just walks around and scares people. And in this one, they just had the guy, like...
So, he's explaining it poorly.
Okay, yeah,
The showing that we went and saw, the special effects artists from the Hell House movies actually came to the AMC here in Dublin, and somebody dressed up as the creepy-ass black and white clown. You could take pictures with it and all that stuff.
We did.
Against my will. But during the actual movie itself, the person who was dressed up as the clown kind of walked into the theater, circled around, would sit down for a few minutes, and then would get back up, trying to scare people. And honestly, the reason we probably liked the beginning of the movie was we weren't paying attention to the actual movie.
We were worried about the clown.
We were worried about, yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like they were like trying to literally distract us from the movie a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And
thinking back now, that's how I feel. I was like, I feel like you're just distracting us.
Yeah.
It
was a huge distraction.
So then we could be like, how was it? Oh, so scary. Then you talk about the clown thing, and then you're like, what about the movie? You're like, oh, the movie was there.
No, the movie was infuriating.
The movie added all these new questions, and when it should have been the movie that winds it down and gives us the answers we need. Because it was like if I started a joke and then I just keep doing setups and I never get to the punchline ever. And then I go, thank you. And then like, whoa, look, this chicken crossing the road.
They also pinned it on not great actors. It just, the writing was bad.
And I was like, bro, I've seen movies with bad acting and I can watch it. It's not the acting. Trust me. Bad actors can at least convey the story. I
think if we were watching it at home, we would have turned it off.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this year, and like I said, I think this year was a bad year for horror because, and I guess we talked about the industry and how nowadays, because everything's about streaming and owning properties and streaming and selling things to streaming, a lot of times streaming sales occur before it even goes to theaters. So if a movie's $5 million and a streamer pays $10 million, go fuck yourself. It doesn't matter how the movie does in theaters. It's gonna make money. It's gonna be in the black before the first ticket sells, and then they can be like, oh, let's do a sequel.
Personally, I think the only consistent good horror movies we've had over the past few years have been foreign films.
Yes, I absolutely think a lot of foreign films have been. It's just a lot of foreign films have been taking the cake. A lot of independent films that are innovative have also taken the cake. Like last year, I know I hate to bring in last year. Last year had better gems than this year. I think last year, it's funny how we thought last year was rough, and then it turns out
worse.
Like we had Deadstream last year.
That was such a good movie.
Which is a combination of Blair Witch and Evil Dead 2. You're welcome.
It is on Shudder.
It's so good. It
10
is
out of 10
so
recommend.
good. Don't watch the trailer. Just
watch it.
Just watch it. And so let's how about this? We got 10 more minutes. Why don't we end it on some good movies for people to watch? So we're not just saying everything sucks. Hatchet, that's another great movie to watch. If you are into old school 80s horror, the Hatchet films are fantastic because they have this kind of it's so good, it's bad, but it's good kind of thing. It's campy as fuck, but it's designed like that.
But if you do not like gore, this is not the franchise for you because it is disgusting.
Yes, but also it's kind of the Expendables of horror movies. Like remember the Expendables where it had all the action stars from the 80s, 90s to this is what the horror genre has. So you had Robert Englund, Kane Hodder. You had the kid who
Daniel Harris.
Daniel Harris, the kid from the Gremlins.
Which one was that?
That's the third one. He's the sheriff. Oh. Then you had Stretch from Chainsaw 2. Yep. He plays the ex-wife. Then you had Tony Todd, who has one of my favorite roles of his all time. Like I love Candyman, but I might like this one a little better because you could tell he had a lot of fucking fun. And it's like when you see an actor have a lot of fun in a role, you're like, fuck. Yeah, Reverend Zombie's his name. Then Tom Holland, not the Tom Holland, Spider-Man, the Tom Holland who helped write and do some directing such as directed Child's Play, but then he did Fright Night, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm trying to think. They had
another movie that's good for spooky season, The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
That is
10 out of 10.
If you like The Office and slashers, that's such a good.
It's so good.
And it has one of the best post-credit scenes of all time.
So when you do watch it, sit and watch the entire credits. Just do it. Do it.
The entire credits is so funny because it's ridiculous. Those are some good movies we've watched. I mean, another movie, which is not a movie, but I kind of call it a movie because it feels like a movie because it has a great arc, is The Exorcist TV show season 1. I know some people are thinking like, what? The TV show season 1?
Just watch it.
It is. This is all I will say. So here's the best way to watch the Exorcist franchise. Exorcist 1, Exorcist 3, Exorcist season 1. That's the best way to watch it.
Do not watch any of the other ones.
Because I feel like those ones have great stories and the payoff in I feel like the shitty Exorcist movie that came out, what was it, last year or the year before, was trying to do what the TV show did, but utterly failed.
Well, yeah,
so fucking hard. They ripped off so much.
It's just better if you watch the show.
Watch the TV show. It's 10 hours of greatness. And the characters are good. The payoffs are great. The scares are great. It's creepy.
It is kind of gross, though.
It is gross. It's to the point where you're like, holy fuck, they actually had this on TV?
Yeah.
Which you'll see why it got canceled. It's one of those horror shows where it's so good, but that's why it got canceled. Yeah. It's kind of like Hannibal. That show, it's such a good show. The 3 seasons that it was on was critically acclaimed. But when it got canceled, I was like, yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm surprised they got away with so much. You can tell they got a lot of hate mail from activist groups that were like, you can't do that. And they're like, fuck you, we're doing it anyways. But yeah, no. I know Jason. I know that they made a new Friday the 13th property this year. They're from the Jason universe. I think it's called Sweet Revenge. It's on YouTube. It's a beer commercial. It's 16-minute beer commercial. Don't watch it. It's not that great. I hate to be a dick. It's not. The Friday the 13th franchise has always been and is for the fans. They make the best shit. and I'm talking about the Never Hike Alone guys. They actually have released something called the Ghost Cut, which is a combination of all their shorts put together to make one movie. And now you're thinking like, well, why should I watch an independent fan film? Because it doesn't feel like a fan film at all. It actually is a continuation of the best Friday the 13th movie, the sixth one, where Tommy Jarvis accidentally resurrects Jason. This one actually has the same exact actors who portrayed Tommy Jarvis and the deputy. They come back and replay the actual roles that they played in the movies. So it feels like an actual sequel with a good budget and actually more tension. Actually, I think the biggest thing is it made Jason scary again.
It did.
Like I was like, oh wow, Jason can be scary still. Fuck me, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a Ghost Cut, so you can watch all of it back to back. I highly recommend that you do that and that. But that's all the time we got for today. But hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Real quick,
Yes.
fuck Damian Leone. Proceed with your outro.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about this lawsuit real quick?
No, I don't give a shit about.
She doesn't
him.
like. So Damian Leone, she does not like because
Terrifier is trash.
he overhyped that movie. I mean, he did. I as much as I like that movie, he did overhype it.
Terrifier is trash.
I would rather watch Terrifier 2. Like, here's the reason why. Terrifier 2, I could not eat through. Terrifier 3, we were in theaters snacking away. We were like, this ain't that bad. Like, I think, I when people say they're going to go balls to the wall, if you tell my wife your horror movie's going to go balls to the wall, for the love of God, go balls to the wall.
Because if not, I'm just going to be annoyed and mad.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, we're going to show all of this violence, and then they did all these cutaways so you couldn't see it.
And then made their convoluted plot more convoluted.
Yes, but
Terrifier as a whole, straight trash, sucks, and really doesn't deserve a fourth movie. Like, I'm over this shit.
well, it's gonna be the last one, so let's hope that
I'm not seeing it.
I'm gonna see it.
I'm not giving that man money.
I'm gonna see it.
I'm not giving. You go ahead. I'm not giving that fucker money.
There you go. There you have it. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure like and subscribe. Happy Halloween. Until next time, I'm Jesse. This is Spooky, and you've been sitting at the grown-ups table. Thank you, and have an awesome night, everybody. Take care.